Hello, my fellow adventurers. So this is another Let's Talk video. Because, keep in mind, this isn't really a video that I per se felt like I didn't really feel obligated to. I don't really feel responsible to make this video. I just felt like to make this video mainly because just to express my thoughts, and in general, this is going to be some criticism towards the Pokemon community and other Poketubers and YouTubers as a whole. Now, quick disclaimer, or quick thing to point out: this will be talking about Verilsify versus the Poketubers and whatnot, and the Pokemon community, whatever that's going on. I feel as though it needs to stop. Like, it needs to really stop. And I'm not taking... Now, keep in mind, I'm not taking Verilsify's side, nor am I taking anyone's side on this. I'm just merely pointing out how I feel is what the problem is, and what I feel as though... Just basically just to say what I say. It's opinion with some criticism in it. Basically, that's what this video is. Agree, disagree, entirely one's choice. So, over the years, I happen to notice that Verilsify... So, over the years... Now, keep in mind, I didn't just start... before anyone says anything, I didn't just start assuming... Or I didn't just start assuming that Verilsify was 100% right, and only listen to the Verilsify side on this. I listened to many other videos, other people's opinions and personal views, and just generally like that. So I'm just making the... So I just basically try to get as many different opinions and views as much as possible. So, Verilsify has made videos exposing and showing what certain individuals that hack or cheat their Pokemon, or corruption within the VGC community. Just generally things what he normally does, because if we were to look at what he does for a living, he reports on all Pokemon news. Pokemon toys, Pokemon games, Pokemon tournaments, and what just generally reports on everything on Pokemon related news. He's a Pokemon reporter. So naturally, with that in mind, he's going to report on, like any other reporter, report on the BS that happens behind the scenes. And one of those things he's been reporting on is the hacking problem. So, for example, the cheating, for the fact that for example, this one, the VGC World Champion caught cheating and attacked for not cheating. That's just the way his thumbnails and titles go. They're not inherently trying to attack anyone. They're merely... This is like something I would see in a newspaper, which a reporter would do. You see, this is what I would say is a form of reporter professionalism. And in the videos, I saw these videos, and in these videos, it talks about why he doesn't call anyone the C word, the B word, or any of the offensive words that other people in the videos I have seen have been going on. He doesn't call anyone anything other than the fact that he calls people hackers and provides a good reasoning as to why they're hacked. Now, keep in mind, I haven't even heard of Verilsify for years. I haven't even heard of Verilsify for the only time I ever heard of Verilsify, or even bothered to watch Verilsify's videos, was 3 years ago. And I've been playing and watching videos of Pokemon since... I've been playing Pokemon since Pokemon Yellow came out on the Game Boy Color. I'm old. And I've been watching... The person I used to watch was Pimpinate, and even before I even heard of Verilsify, I would see his videos, and even then I would be suspicious of him. I was kind of suspicious because it would seem a lot of the time he would use hacked Pokemon. He would either make his own hacked Pokemon or use hacked Pokemon. But regardless, this isn't about Pimpinate. This isn't about Verilsify. This is just me explaining why I think this is getting out of hand. Why two sides. It takes two people to tango. It takes two people to cause an issue, and even if Verilsify has done all these things, even if Verilsify has made these problems, the other side is just as guilty. The other side is making it worse. I mean, a lot of the videos that Verilsify has made that I've seen, at least he holds some sort of... At least he doesn't call... even remotely go out of line. He doesn't really... The only things he calls people is the things that he tries to back up. The videos I've seen do not do that. For example, the music video about Verilsify, that's... from my point of view, that would be him making fun of Verilsify without actually, and just making the issue worse. And I would see the exact same thing if Verilsify made a music video about Shofu. You see, this guy, Mega Crasher, he holds some form of professionalism. He's holding a professionalism, see? Why I stand with Joe Maverick and Verilsify is afraid of criticism. You see, that's something that would be like a news article. His thumbnail is not even remotely derogatory or unprofessional or unnecessarily aggressive. You see, this guy perfectly fine. Hasn't escalated anything. But this guy, Hoodlum Scrafty, playing Pokemon like Verilsify, okay, so that sounds like it's out. Okay, so it sounds like he's mocking Verilsify. And I looked into this video, he is making fun of Verilsify. And just the fact that, and the thumbnail is kind of so-so in comparison to the other videos I'm going to be talking about. Beware of the cancerous Verilsify community. That's unprofessional, unnecessary. The truth won't be expressed. Okay. This is derogatory because I would find this derogatory because he's essentially making a gif of something that's not necessary. Oh, here's a good one. Emotional furry YouTuber Verilsify has a meltdown over a Pokemon. That's unnecessary. I saw this one. Verilsify defended Nazis on Twitter. That one I didn't dismiss like right off the bat because I was skeptical. I was skeptical of this because a lot of the videos I said, or a lot of the videos I've seen of something like this were one-sided, or definitely very one-sided or taken out of context. I don't have all of the information. Now keep in mind, I don't have all of the information. I'm not defending Verilsify, nor am I defending Duncan Kneedeep. Nor am I saying either one's not guilty or guilty. I just don't have all of the information. I'm just skeptical, which is common sense. Sorry. This is the latest video I had a problem. Latest video I've seen. Meet Neve, Verilsify's partner in crime. This, I can honestly say, is unprofessional. We'll go into details of this.
And now, you. Okay, guys. I'm going to...
So these videos that he gets upset about are not really inherently aggressive, not derogatory. These are just something you would find in as I said, in a newspaper.
Take you back to the past, the play relax and made. But these three videos, aside from being Verilsify's obviously desperate cash-ins for YouTube algorithm glory.
Obvious desperate cash grabs? That's what he said. But let's look at the actual drama videos. Because here's the thing that people have been claiming. These are the things that people... one of the things that people have been claiming is that Verilsify only does drama videos, which, if you look, that's not the case. if we look at Shoji or Chimaj or whatever his name, however you pronounce his name, Savage. That's, I'm probably butchering that, but but yeah, here all these videos are. If people claim that Verilsify is only doing this for the drama, when a good chunk of his videos that I saw were drama videos, like in terms of percentages, I would say, in terms of percentages, I wouldn't even say that it would be 60% guides and Let's Twos and report and talks about the new toy leaks and whatnot, comparison, and 40% drama videos. I would say it's like 70, maybe even 80-ish% Let's Twos or guides, while the 20% would be actual drama videos. Most of the people who make the biggest, who basically step down to a lower level than Verilsify and take this out of hand, is the people who have all their videos doing the exact same thing that people claim for. You see, this guy is making fun of. You see, Savage is making fun of Verilsify's supposedly bipolar disorder. Just generally, a lot of these are rather, either the thumbnails or the titles are very they're just very underhanded, just unnecessary and unprofessional. You see, this is not necessary. This thumbnail is not necessary. This is derogative because he says, "Look, Mom, I'm famous," and it says, "Time to flip signs again, Verilsify." And from my point of view, that sounds like he's saying that. Now, keep in mind, as I said, this is all of my point of view. But it sounds like he's intentionally mocking Verilsify in a manner that's not even, one, relevant to the actual situation, or two, even remotely professional. Like, when I saw all of his videos and I saw him talking about this, I just toned this guy out. I just couldn't take this guy seriously, because the moment I saw all this stuff, I automatically thought he was biased. I automatically thought that he was being unprofessional, because this is I would consider this quite unprofessional. And in this video, he called Neve. In this video, for example, the conversation was between Neve and Damon, because they had an argument that escalated. Now, I don't have both sides of the story, so I can't say that Neve or Damon is guilty or innocent. But they're both are equal to blame in their involvement. They're both involved. Yet in this video, Verilsify did report on this, but I don't see why Savage had to, or why Savage felt the need to bring him into this when the issue is not Verilsify. That issue isn't about Verilsify. It's about someone completely different, or two people that are completely different. So from my point of view, it just seems as though he's intentionally making this about Verilsify when there's no need to. And just a lot of these videos, like, I can agree that Verilsify may not be may not be 100% innocent, but I don't think stooping down to a lower level and making parodies, gifs, or making insult, or even remotely making videos intentionally slandering or intentionally being derogatory towards either Verilsify or his fan base. You see, that's where I just stopped listening to that person, because the fact that it takes two people to tango, and the fact that the other side the other side, if Verilsify may, it's basically the same principle I have for anyone. If one person acts awful, doesn't mean that they should act worse. Doesn't mean that they should involve themselves and go into a bar lower comparison to the other guy. And that's why I find that to be unprofessional, immature, unnecessary, and just generally making the issue worse. And there's just a lot of these videos I find, they're... Jesus Christ. Who... Weedle, man, dude, that's uncalled for, dude, and inappropriate, actually. That's unprofessional and inappropriate. No. Yeah, all these people are making GIFs. Mocks. So essentially, I stopped listening to any of these people the moment that they started acting unprofessionally and it takes two people to tango. These people decide not only tango but also make the issue worse by the fact that they decide to take things out of proportion. And even the bigger YouTubers are just as much to blame in that. But my point is, if Verilsify is truly doing this for attention, which, as I said, I doubtful, or at the very least, as such a terrible person as people seem to think, and only doing this for the attention, why are so many people doing GIFs and parodies and just basically giving him attention? They're doing the exact opposite of what they say they should be doing. So, this is discussed, and the fact that these YouTubers, even some of the bigger YouTubers, are doing this, and basically not having any form of professionalism or maturity, or they're basically being immature and unprofessional by making videos like these. They're stepping below you. Verilsify may be calling out people on some BS that may or may not have truth, but don't you think that essentially makes it worse by stepping a bar below that person, like what Weedle Twin Needle did, or Savage, or many other YouTubers or many other people have posted these videos? Like, if they want to prove that they're right or better, then maybe they should ignore Verilsify if he's, quote, the problem, and just generally try to be better. But instead, they're doing this. They're doing this stuff. It's disgusting. And the fact that they're being unprofessional about this, yeah, Verilsify may have his quirks, but at least he doesn't... But at least I never saw any of his videos basically doing any of this disgusting and unprofessional and unmature stuff. So at least he has professionalism in that regard. At least he has like, as I said, at least he's able to keep it professional. And that's the reason why I watch him, because he doesn't stoop low enough to do any of this shit. And pardon my French, even though it's not, it's a metaphor. At least he doesn't stoop that low. Now, keep in mind, as I said, I'm not defending Verilsify or saying that he's completely innocent or saying that any of these YouTubers are 100% awful and nobody should subscribe or watch any of them. But what I'm saying is that from my point of view, I just find that these YouTubers just made the situation worse and just they basically... So it's basically like, for example, it's basically they made the situation worse by basically stooping and going below that level. By basically making, instead of going for a more constructive path, they chose the path that doesn't really fix anything and just splits the community. Which, as it is now, the community is very split and very toxic. So, yeah, so that's an in-depth reason why I really, well, not really only watch, but I watch other Poketubers, just for the guides and whatnot, and just for general information and whatnot, but that's the only reason why I'm really only subscribed to Verilsify, because he doesn't stoop that low to make purities, gifts, and even videos, as I saw earlier with Weedle Needle, just that vulgar. He doesn't stoop that low, at least. I mean, I've seen his latest videos for the past few years, and I've never seen any of the sort, but it's just the fact that they stoop at a lower level that I am more inclined to listen and watch to Verilsify, because the fact that they stooped at a lower level. I mean, I'm probably repeating myself, and if I am, I apologize, but I just felt as though it needs to be said, because I just because I just feel as though that the way this has evolved into is that this whole thing just needs to stop. This whole YouTuber going after YouTuber, and YouTuber claiming this one YouTuber did one thing. Just generally the unprofessionalism, the immaturity, and just the general nippity nip of each other's heels just needs. I feel as though it needs to stop unless people want the Pokemon community to turn out like League of Legends. And as in League of Legends, if I recall, last time I checked, it died, and I think it's still technically a shadow of what it once was. Because I haven't really seen any of my friends playing League of Legends as they used to, nor have I heard a lot of people playing League of Legends of late. Overwatch is kind of suffering because of the whole nippity nip between each other and whatnot, but just generally, any community, I feel as though the nippy nip and that nipping each other's heels and having channels making gifs and like making vulgar videos and unprofessional videos is just not really what's good for the community as a whole. Verilsify or not, I just don't think, even if it was, and keep in mind, if Verilsify was the one that was making the parody videos, and if Pimpin'8, for example, was making a video talking about why this guy hacks, I would say the exact same thing. I would say that parody video would be vulgar and unprofessional. So that's all I wanted to say, guys. Agree. Now, keep in mind, as I said, this is just my opinion, just my thoughts, and just generally how I perceive this whole situation is. And as I said, I just see this whole situation as just unnecessary and whatnot. So, if you guys agree and disagree, by all means, comment and post a comment in the video if you wish. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. This is Galator from Galator's Gaming, signing off.